Hi, my name's Steve Nystuen. I'm a physical therapist at Northern Rockies Physical Therapy. Today we're going to take you through a series of training exercises in preparation for the upcoming ski season. There will be two different exercise routines, one for the more intermediate skier and person just kind of getting started with everything. The second will be for a more advanced skier who's been actively training throughout the year. We recommend before you start any training exercise to have a moderately paced warm-up. A lot of times something like the stationary bike or elliptical, just to get your heart rate up and the blood going, muscles to work a little bit prior to going into the strength training routines. Exercise we're going to go through now is called a wall sit. The first will be with both legs, feet roughly shoulder width apart, feet out from the knees a little bit. You'll go down anywhere between a 45 and a 90-degree angle with the sit, hold for approximately 20 to 30 seconds, rest, take the same amount of time to recover, go back and do it again. The progression from a double leg wall sit is a single leg wall sit. Same position, lifting one leg up, holding that position for 10 seconds roughly, and then alternating to that opposite leg, back and forth between those two exercises for 1 minute, then rest for the same amount of time and repeat. Next exercise we're going to take you through is a standard squat. Start without weights if you don't feel comfortable with weights. Progress to dumbbells as you're able. Feet again shoulder width apart, squatting down anywhere between 45 and 90 degrees. Okay, somewhere between 10 to 15 repetitions. Rest and repeat that for 2 or 3 sets total. For those of you who have access to a gym, exercise we highly recommend is using the leg press machine. Again, a common theme, knees don't really go past 90 degrees. First we'll start with 2 legs, shoulder width apart. You'll push up on the leg press, up and down. Again, 10 to 15 repetitions. After you complete that 10 or 15th repetition, we're going to combo that with a calf raise, walking the feet down to the bottom of the plate, letting the heels sink under, pushing up and down on the toes to work your calves. We recommend going back and forth between those for your 2 to 3 sets. The progression from the 2 legs is then moving to a single leg press. Again, completing on both legs. First leg centers up on the plate, other leg is held off, pushing up and down. Roughly half of the weight you did on your double leg press will be used for the single leg press. Again, 2 to 3 sets, 10 to 15 repetitions in a comfortable range with a comfortable amount of weight. We're going to move on now to a series of leg raises. We highly recommend getting a set of ankle weights or using the ankle weights that are provided at your gym. First will be a forward leg raise, one leg bent to 90 degrees, the opposite leg staying straight throughout, lifting to approximately the level of that other knee, and then holding for 1 second and lowering back down. 10 to 15 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets. Following that forward leg raise, we'll turn on to the opposite side and we'll do a sideline leg raise. This is targeted at strengthening hip muscles. Very important for control of your knees while you're skiing. Legs, top leg stay straight, lift up approximately 18 inches to 2 feet, up and down for 10 to 15 repetitions. Go back and forth between a forward and sideways lift, and then alternate going to that opposite leg. Lunging is going to be our next activity we'll take you through. Walking lunges, reach out, take a step with that front leg, making sure that back leg has about a 90-degree bend when you get out to the front. Okay, making sure that knee doesn't go too far forward. We want to keep this knee behind that toe so we minimize the pressure on the front of the knee. Alternating back and forth, walking anywhere between 10 and 20 repetitions, and then rest and repeat that for 2 or 3 total sets. Our next exercise is going to be targeted at strengthening our hamstrings. Easy exercise to do with the simple ankle weights or some sort of weight around your ankle. Standing, using something for balance as you need to. Curling that heel backwards until you get to roughly 90 degrees of knee bend in the back. 10 to 15 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets. For those of you who have a gym membership, same thing can be achieved with a pulley machine. We're going to work into ski jumps. This is more of an agility-based training exercise targeted at skiers or snowboarders to get them ready for ballistic motions and changes in environment that are underneath their feet. Start with something laying on the ground. You're going to keep both feet roughly together, Bounce back and forth over the cone, landing softly on the balls of your feet, absorbing the landing in a mild squatted position. Somewhere between 20 and 30 seconds, rest for that same amount of time, and then repeat 3 or 4 times. We're going to work now on some core and abdominal strengthening. Easy exercise to do is to be in a semi-recumbent position. Feet are lifted off of the ground, and you'll alternate going in and out right and left legs, similar to like if you were riding a bicycle. Again, somewhere in the range of 10 to 20 repetitions, rest, and complete that abdominal exercise for another 2 or 3 sets. A more advanced version of our lunging is using some sort of weight, a medicine ball, a dumbbell, some sort of relatively lightweight, 5 to 10 pounds. You do the same lunging forward, keeping good form, but rotating a ball over the front leg in which you are lunging. Okay? An alternative to that, to work a little bit more core and shoulders, is same sort of lunge, but when we lunge forward, the ball will go up and overhead. Okay? Keeping those knees behind the front of that toe, not letting your knees cave in and out, somewhere between 10 and 20 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets for those lunges.